He's kind of much fun. It's disappeared. Yeah, I know. You know, I'm. Since Christmas. I keep an eye on it.
Hey, Curry, call meeting to order. Rise and pledge allegiance.
I believe allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, I got another one. I put it on agenda. There it is. Okay. I would look for a motion to approve the agenda for today with the striking of item 13. As
I'll make that motion.
Susie was not be able to make the meeting.
I'll second that.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for May 12th. I will second that.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Just had a chance to do the claims, but I didn't.
I'll make a motion to approve the claims for $408,649.93.
I'll second that. Motion second, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meetings attended.
Had a public health meeting. I see Leah's here, so she'll report on that. And then we had yesterday we had a conservation meeting to approve some added work to the maintenance building, some concrete work and stuff. So nothing too major. That's all I have.
I just had a rest meeting, they just kind of went over financial, nothing too much different, we did vote to move all their money out of I-Pate to Pilot Grill offered them a better rate than I-Pate. So, plus that way all their money they's keeping in their operating fund flips to 3.5 interest too, so. That was,
Sounds like a good move.
yeah, so that was basically nothing too earth shattering there. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna meet with Will tomorrow, hopefully, he says, over at the courthouse, look at the,
Oh, the concrete.
yeah, maybe see what he has to say about it, at two or something, some kind of thing, so.
Good.
I attended a department head meeting last week. There was some discussion on, with workman's comp claims of striving to come up with some light duty for people that couldn't perform the regular tasks to try to lower the amount of claims and helping save on insurance costs. And then there was discussion of over the payout situation and what we can do to maybe remedy some of that. So other than that, it was pretty much business as usual. So everybody's had a chance to review the ambulance expenditures and nothing,
Number 7.
yeah. Public input for items on next week's agenda.
Wow, quite proud today.
Yeah. Well, we'll bring it. Number 8. Had a couple of payroll changes and one hire by the sheriff's department. Okay, item number 9. I will read this page and then we will proceed. It was recently brought to the supervisor's attention by Chief Deputy Ed Parker that Jacob Ewert has gone above and beyond his regular duties in helping another department and has demonstrated true teamwork and cooperation. Last week, Chief Parker went to the Conservation Office with a request to use one of their vehicles for a residential search warrant. Jacob, without hesitation, said whatever they can do to help. Jacob had to change the use for the van at the last minute and move the seats and shore over to make sure it was ready for the early morning use the following day. Another example is when conservation had an issue with a trailer that was showing signs of bad wheel bearing, it had to be parked and they couldn't use it for the intended program. They needed to remove all the items from that trailer to another and wait for the parts to arrive so it could be repaired. Jacob didn't complain or become upset since the stated how things could have been worse if the problem was not noticed, and he was happy no one got hurt. Jacob has taken the director's role with Conservation Department with little experience. He has shown exceptional leadership and management abilities in that time. He has proven in a short time that he is dedicated, understanding, and an asset to his department and the Louisa County. The Board of Supervisors, Sheriff Marquette, Chief Deputy Ed Parker would like Jacob to know that this examples of positive attitude, willingness to help, and work ethic do not go unnoticed. As a thank you, we are pleased to recommend his efforts with us above and beyond board.
Come on up.
Come on up. Good job.
Keepers, making me blush. Thank you. That
Thank
was,
you.
I was just me helping out.
Congratulations.
I think everybody deserves this, but
Yeah, you're right.
You did a good job.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep.
Well, I don't have no word for you, but you're
But
right.
it's okay, I know people. Okay. Last week we had a Board of Health meeting. We talked about, we are doing our back to school fair again this year. It's scheduled for August 5th, 5 to 7. In the evening, we're still doing it out at our office again this year. We are not including the informational vendors. That was a little congested for us last year, so we want to focus mostly on the kids coming and get that work done. So that's the plan this year. We did vote to accept the mosquito surveillance again for this year. So first half of it is through July 31st, 9 weeks at $900. And then based on federal funding, we'll see if we go any longer. Usually that comes through, but you never know. And then last month I attended the Public Health Alignment Town Hall. And I was gonna give this stuff out to you. So we are officially moving forward with alignment in public health, and we now know some more information. Not all the information, just more. So the state put together a document for us, what local boards of health, boards of supervisors need to know. Basically, the goal is to strengthen Iowa's public health system, addressing concerns, making services more consistent statewide. Reducing the administrative burden, improving coordination across counties, and ensuring Iowans can easily access all the services, regardless of where they live. So what's changing? Beginning January 1st, Iowa HHS is going to start funding lead entities to coordinate district planning. And you can see on the page 2, districts are the same as the behavioral health districts. This is across the state. This is what districts are going to look like. The first year of this is going to be a planning year, followed by the implementation year in 2028. During the planning year, where the lead entities are going to collaborate with all the local providers to assess our district needs, plan how core services are delivered. And then yesterday, our district had our first planning meeting. So to just start planning for who is going to be doing the lead and what that's going to look like. Beginning July 1st, 2028, it says Iowa HHS funds are no longer going to cover certain responsibilities required of local boards of health. For example, isolation and quarantine. I do have questions about this, and there's not been answers yet, because we already were responsible for isolation and quarantine if we sent out orders for that. So there's still a lot of questions out there. They do have an email at the Iowa HHS for questions to come in. They are still putting frequently asked questions out. So that's on the Iowa HHS website, if anybody wants to look through that. I haven't got all the way through them yet, and they are updating weekly. Iowa HHS is gonna stop contracting directly with local providers for statewide funding programs. The money is going to now flow through the lead entities down to those doing the work. The 3 core areas that they're starting with is communicable and infectious disease control, chronic disease and injury prevention, and environmental public health. Now, environmental public health looks a little different. When they're talking that, they're not talking the private well grant stuff. They're not talking that. They're talking how does things in the environment affect health. So it's more on the statistical type of things. And so I don't know what that's going to look like yet. Lead entities are going to handle district level reporting, data sharing, and coordination across the counties and providers. In my opinion, this is the state taking 99 counties, saying we're not going to manage all 99 counties. We're going to start managing districts so that, and then the districts will manage their individual counties. The other aspects in these core services are emergency preparedness and maternal, child, and adolescent health, and they are not doing anything with those right now. They're staying the way they are. I imagine eventually they will be part of this whole alignment. What's staying the same? On page 2, county autonomy remains unchanged. Local boards of health do not go away. They're going to retain their authority, legal responsibilities. That includes disease investigation, isolation and quarantine, and enforcement of state laws. Counties will still continue to employ their own staff and collaborate with partners as needed. Local public health agencies can continue all their existing partnerships. We can still continue to apply to Iowa HHS for programs such as private well grants. And local providers can continue to provide data on service delivery, community needs, public health assessments. So other than those core services, everything else is welcome to stay the same based on what the county board of health, board of supervisors feel is needed.
Well, most of the people, almost everyone will not notice any change.
At this point, I don't foresee that. There may be funding changes down the road. I don't know what 2028 is going to look like for that. Because some of our funding does cover some of those core services.
Is there for a while we were worried that we were gonna lose public health? That was a rumor, and that it was gonna be,
Boards of health might go away. All of that's have been rumors.
but for the most part,
That part is not changing. Do you have questions about any of that? Questions I can forward on. If you come up with them, you can let me know. Okay. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about was the combat cancer. This started out as, let me do some background, Rural Health Transformation Grant. This was a grant that the state got through federal. I think it was part of the One Big Beautiful Bill, whatever that is, Act. And Iowa is targeting these areas, hometown connections, which is expanding centers of excellence and develop healthy hubs. They're targeting a best and brightest, which is recruiting top tier healthcare professionals. They're working on a combat cancer initiative for prevention and treatment, enhancing access to screening and treatment. They're developing communities of care. These are rural like health hubs. They're changing the health information exchange across the state of Iowa. And then they're also looking at EMS community care mobiles, which are mobile health services, telehealth, and specialized EMS training. So the combat cancer, a public health, Marion County in the state of Iowa applied to this with the intent to partner with all 99 counties in Iowa with screening and treatment type services. So radon test kits, colorectal screening kits for those that are underinsured or uninsured, sorry, and dermatoscopes, which kind of scan for skin cancer in physicians' offices, and then a tablet to be established in each county, either in a pharmacy or a library for telehealth. So the goal of this is to bring some of the services that you have to travel out of your county to the rural counties. so that everybody is trying to get the same screenings and able to get the same stuff. With that being said, Louisa County, I did approach Marion County and we agreed to look at that and be part of that initiative. And then we were given a 28E agreement, and I have brought those to you guys today with them to work on that kind of services. So all of those test kits, all of that screening stuff is paid for through the grant. Marion County is getting those supplies, and then they'll go out to each of the counties for the delivery. Like, we can hand them out, we can give education, we can do those kinds of things. And then we will help get the tablet established in the county and those kinds of things. I was also approached as Muscatine County does not have anybody doing that had picked up this to do for in their county. And given the state of our districts and our coordination and collaboration that the state is asking for us to be doing, I have asked, and the Board of Health has agreed that we could look at servicing their county with the same services that we'd be providing here. There is reimbursement for the time spent doing that through both 28E agreements. And did you?
Yeah, they're on our agenda, 11 and 12.
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So they were passed both for Louisa County and for the work to be done in Muscatine County by the Board of Health.
The bigger one, number 11, would be for the Muscatine County because it's a little larger, and then number 12 is for.
So that's for reimbursement of the
Yeah,
time.
right.
And that amount is up to, so whatever, you know, if you don't spend that much time or don't have spend as much time in that, then you don't obviously get all of the money. So it's just-
There was some discussion whether or not she had time to be able to do that for Muscatine. And she indicated that she did, and that they do collaborate quite a bit with Muscatine County on other items, and it was a good win-win for both counties. So I would recommend us approving both of them.
We need to do those in.
So,
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
So we get reimbursed that amount?
up to.
Up to,
Up to
yep,
that.
yep. So every month we submit our claims to Marion County as this is how much time we spent here, this is what we did, and then they reimburse for that.
You wanna go on to 11? I'll do it. I'll make a motion, or I'll make a motion to accept 2080, or allow Leah to sign the 2080 agreement with Muscatine County for the sum of up to $4,873.15.
I'll second that.
Motion and second, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Right.
Opposed? Move to item number 12.
So I'll make a motion to accept the 2080 agreement between Marion County and Louisa County in the amount up to $1,221.47.
Second that.
Motion and second, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? You need to sign something?
I have to take it, they have to be
Okay.
notarized, because
Okay.
I have to send the originals in, so.
Do you have any of those radon kits?
I do not have them yet, I have to have all
I'd
of
like
this in
when you
before.
get the-
You can sign that.
Okay, skipping item number 13, we'll move to Adam.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I had a pretty busy couple weeks here at the road department. We've been doing some box culvert replacements, using tank cars. We could buy a tank car for about $18,000. And versus doing a $100,000 box repair. Did one east of here on 75th Avenue there by Matthews, and another one over there by Cookie Gustafson's house and all that. So be finishing up the second one today. Hope that the weather allows us to work. Other than that, then hauling rock and mowing and things like that as well. Have a bunch of pipe projects planned here. Again, when the weather improves, getting that kind of work done. Construction wise, the, bridge on the K Road has started in a week and a half ago, so they're a week and a half into it. Bridge is demoed. I think they're gonna take out the abutments, today. Then hopefully be driving piles into this week or next week, so. I'm looking at beginning of September if weather allows for opening and all that. We did provide, dust control on our official detour. Have heard some thank yous on that, some other, complaints asking for more, dust control. A lot of them are like, my stance has been, if you normally provide your own dust control, you need to keep doing it, right? So we're not making things cheaper for you, we're just helping out, so. On the DOT project, we, on the 4th, I believe that they closed, 30th Street and did the crossover paving there. Got that back open on the 11th. It was back open and the K Road is now closed. So they're moving dirt and prepping to grade and pave that. Here, hopefully, what's today? 19th or something. Hopefully 3 or 4 weeks that'll be back open. So traffic will be back where it needs to be. I did apply and ask and was granted some dust control repayments from the DOT for that stretch here. So anyway, we're trying to do what we can to keep people happy while being responsible, I guess. So other than that, working on a couple grants. I submitted a bridge grant last week and hopefully hear about that in a month or two. I'm also working on a bigger grant for some paving work, so. Busy there, again, getting those plans for 99 done. I think they have to be in this date in a couple weeks, so we're got that about done here, so. Other than that, I had some meetings, went to Des Moines on Friday for Iowa County Engineers, Service Bureau meeting. Talking about a lot of things, big one is property taxes and figuring out what that means for us and all that, and frankly, nobody knows yet, so. So. Other than that, that's my report on the roads, I guess, so.
Any questions for Ed? Do
Do the windstream stuff?
Well, that's the
Yeah,
discussion.
I'll think about it.
That's the work forward.
Yeah. So, we contracted with, Environet out of Davenport, Bettendorf to provide an asbestos inspection report. Found a little bit in the glazing of the windows and all that.
Basically none.
Which is very low. I mean, be a few $100s to remove that when the work is done, I would assume. So my question well, are there any questions on that report or any questions I should ask of the inspectors?
No.
I think it was just basically on the basement windows, wasn't it?
Yep, so,
That's for the jail.
yeah.
Which I was shocked. There was, I mean,
Yeah.
basically nothing.
Yeah.
I found that surprising.
Mhm. So if this was a secondary roads project, which it's not, and I wanted to demo the jail, I would write a proposal or a scope of work. And then seek public bids at a date that, month or two. I would generally ask them to remove and dispose of everything according to local and state laws, the brick can probably go one place and the bars can be recycled and the electrical and all this other junk would have to go to the transfer station. So I would have them cut off the water and sewer and power and all those kind of things. Would have them knock in the foundation, remove it essentially, bring in some sand, backfill, and then the top couple feet would have to be graded and seeded and all that. If I was going to do this as a road project, I would write that all down. So versus quotes or anything like that. So
Sounds like we found a guy to write up the, to me.
how about a grant? Kathy Vance, give a grant to visit? I don't know. I did check with the state on the abandoned building thing and all that, and that's only for city. For a city owned property, so what not that, so. I guess question is, how would you like me to proceed? I wouldn't want to do the work and contact bidders and all that if it wasn't decided that was the general direction to go. I'm asking for your commentary
I
and.
guess I would ask, how are we gonna pay for it?
Oh, good, get a grant, that's Kathy Vance for a grant. You can always ask, yeah.
Well,
I mean, we got lost,
we got lost.
and that's kind of what it's meant for. I guess it depends on the cost of the demo. Are we talking 50,000? Are we talking
Right.
250,000?
Yeah.
And that would, we would have to have that information probably to see.
Right, and we're gonna have to get quotes, so we know what we're dealing with. It's not a little building, there's a lot of material there, so.
So we're talking quotes or proposals or bids, because those are different things.
Well, it depends on what we're gonna fund it with.
Yeah.
Right, I mean,
Yeah.
if we're gonna go after a grant, we need quotes, right,
Uh-huh.
instead of bids.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
The problem is you get a quote, and if you decide to go find a grant, then
Yeah,
it's
it's a year
an
later.
entire grant process, and by the time you get the grant process, the quotes are probably not valid anymore.
Right.
And then you're in this big old circle where you're chasing your tail.
What we could do is I could write the request for proposals or request for bids or whichever it is. I could talk to Kathy over between the next, assuming there isn't a grant. And then bring a bid sheet essentially, and then if there isn't a grant, we can move on a bid, I guess. If in 2 weeks we find out, oh, there is a grant for this, and it can provide 10,000 or 80,000, I don't know, right? But at least I'm moving forward on the process, I guess, so.
Check with Southeast Regional, I think you're on their board, right? They had, when we did the one downtown, building, it was a derelict building or a demolition grant that we got. And I think it was a matching grant at that time. You were on the board then, were you?
I don't remember what it was.
So we went through Southeast Regional and there was some grant, I can't remember. Derelict building grant,
The council?
yeah, council,
Yeah, you said board.
sorry.
Well, no matter what, we still need to know what we're
Yeah,
asking for.
yeah. I just meant maybe in the background, we'll talk
Yeah,
to Zach and
yeah.
see if that grant's still available.
Yeah. I can do that. I think we have a meeting next.
I mean, clearly the building is not being used, it's been abandoned, it's deteriorating.
It
The
has a-
roof, there,
A lot of code
yeah,
violations.
so,
things like
I mean,
that.
I think it would qualify if that grant is still available.
I think I have a meeting down there next week. I'll email him ahead of time.
I think also makes a lot of difference on
Okay,
the cost.
if you can check on that, I'll talk to Kathy and see if there's anything locally.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I can work on that, bidding
Okay,
document. So, one thing to ask, tipping fees. Rather than making the contractor pay the tipping fee, are we okay with the tipping fees coming to directly to the county? I think it's like $65 a ton. I don't know if there's, say there's 25 tons in there. I don't know. After all the metal's been taken out, the bricks have been taken out, are we okay with
I don't have a problem.
in the bid documents rather than passing it through the contractors
Just paying it direct.
getting a markup and all that? Okay.
Well, I think the county still need, you know, it's kind of a separate entity, and then, I mean.
No, I'm saying the county would pay for it.
Yeah.
It just,
Okay.
rather than
It'd be
routing it
through-
through the contract. And then,
I know a lot of the brick work and masonry work, the city's been trying to shore up that riverbank on River Road, so.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of it could go
Yeah.
there,
Hope so, you know.
but
yeah.
that would help tremendously.
And then I'll talk to power and water and all those and see what needs to be done on those, so.
The gas, I think, is already shut off. I think they terminated that.
Wasn't gas routed through there to here, or is it rerouted around?
I think it's terminated, and I think the power, when we did the solar thing, I think it's chopped off too,
Okay.
but
Excellent.
yeah, you'll have to check.
Okay. Okay, so. Anyway, I'll work on that too, so.
All right, appreciate that.
Yep, yep.
okay.
Which, utility permits first?
ITC.
ITC Midwest.
ITC Midwest, this is a big, overhead, transmission line. Goes down 65th, goes west. Up past, Virginia Grove, all up to Columbus City. There's an existing line there, and this is just modernizing it. Next time around, I will bring a road use agreement. It's pretty light,
So
so,
it's already there, they're just,
yeah. Yeah,
So they're just now applying for a permit. They've been talking to us for 5-6 years. They've been giving my mother payments for this.
they've, I don't know, I talked to them over the winter about it, and there's a little bit of grading and things like that that have to happen within the right of way, and nothing too much. I met with them probably in February or something, so they're just taking their time on this one, so. I don't see any real changes from what's there now, so.
Well, what they're supposed to do is, besides rebuild that one, there's a set of major transmission lines going across the fields. They're gonna move them, take them poles out and move them lines on top of these poles.
Okay, well, that's not in
That's not.
my permit, so,
Well, that's what I've been told.
okay.
these are the ones that go out over the river.
Maybe, cause they get on 65th, right? And,
Yeah, I think they eventually go out over the river.
They cross right there
Yeah.
behind Bird Oliver.
yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Or farther.
This would be,
It's not gonna affect, it's not gonna come, so.
That's enough.
That's fine.
yeah,
Okay,
this would be along that 65th there.
all right.
Yeah.
Well, if you want a motion then, you're all right with it?
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll make a motion to approve ITC Midwest application for construction on the county right away.
No, second.
Motion and second, any further discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Next one. Eastern Iowa Light and Power approval of construction on Louisa County right of way. This is the bore under.
Yeah. It's just as, service, back to a house, south of Columbus Junction.
No issues with that one, Adam.
No,
I'll make a motion to approve Eastern Iowa Light Power to bore under the roadway at 112.
I'll second that.
Motion second, any further discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Item 18.
which one is this one?
Windstream,
Which one?
Project 57820.
57820, okay. This is out on 128th Street, which is north of the sheriff department there. Go north up on I, take a right down there where Brad used to live. This is a board application. We are gonna make sure that we are boring this and not trenching, because Windstream has had some issues, and we've dealt with them, which is, it's now Unity, or Windstream and Kinetic and Unity are now the thing, so. I don't know. Anyway, I had an issue with them a couple weeks ago, a month ago or so, and about some work that they were doing. They're out trenching across one of our roads on a Sunday, so I complained about that. Was able to get the boss on the line there, and he's assured me that's not going to happen again. So I said, okay.
I still haven't forgotten the bridge.
Yes, I know. I think everybody who's involved with the bridge is a little long and gone, but it's still
It's still
I
there.
occasionally
Yeah,
mm,
I'll remind you of it every time
mention
too.
it in conversations. So
Well, with that, I guess I'll make a motion to accept project 57820 for Windstream.
No second there.
I guess on the good end of it, there are more and more houses that are getting high-speed internet, which is good.
That's good.
Good. So
A motion and second on project 57820. Do we have any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 19, which is 54063.
okay, so this is an interesting one. This one will connect. It's out at the trailer court out there. Come along 100th Street. Down 100th Street, we'll cross under where the new highway is supposed to go. They're gonna get a DOT permit for that, to cross under that, come down K Avenue, down to G62, and then there's a pause in it on G62 as they deal with the DOT there, and then it'll connect into K Avenue, which they're already working on K Avenue. We'll just go north there a bit. So again, usual Windstream caveats aside, it's okay by me. So we've been working on this one for a month. So
What side of 142nd Avenue will they be on?
looks like they're taking out that property there at the end of the. It looks like it's on the east side. So
Our side.
John, you can go and plug right into it if you want to.
I'll make a motion to approve project 54063.
I'll second that.
Motion and second, any
More than
further
that.
discussion?
They'll be coming through their yard.
They have a dog line there.
Not for long. Windstream's really good at taking everybody out.
Door up.
Any further discussion on this? All in favor?
Right.
Opposed?
Everybody did it.
So, yeah, just.
Right, no worries.
Other than that, staying busy out there. So. Yeah, will be nice when construction season's over. So
Yeah.
no, we'll be doing that bridge hopefully beginning of September, then we'll just have a nice September, pulling rock and.
Send you either out if you're ready.
Have you found your, tar kettle yet, or for sharing with the county, get the tar kettle and sharing?
We did a bunch of tar work and the same contractor is doing 3 counties, so that's kind of sharing with other counties, I guess, so.
I'm in on the gravel roads.
Oh, yeah, that math on that doesn't work out well, so. That's especially with the,
Have you talked to Illinois, how they were able to do that?
you know,
Who made it work?
between you and me, Randy, we're gonna see a lot less funding, so doing anything beyond the minimum isn't gonna happen, so.
Your trumpets in these times.
Is there any more word on Junction Quarry? I heard that it flooded again there a while back.
We're still getting rock out of it, so, that's kind of their business and all that. I know they are doing some land swaps out there. Still a lot of land stuff going on in the county. A lot of new people moving into the county, so. I guess that's good, right? So. All right, well, I'm done.
Okay. Yeah.
Thanks. Yes.
Thank you. All right, for general assistance, the phone and foot traffic for April, we had 61 phone and 10 foot. We had the mobile food pantry coming up on May 27th. The food pantry here that serves Wapello, Oakville, and Grandview, in April had 26 households and 73 individuals served. We had 5 notice of decisions go out in April. There were 3 of them approved and 2 of them denied. And then, just a quick update on a couple of boards I sit on, Early Childhood of Iowa, the Des Moines Henry Lee Louisa Washington Muscatine Board is merging. And so we have a meeting today and final decisions will be made throughout the rest of May, June.
Whether the board allows them,
What?
whether the board allows them, is that what you're?
The merge is gonna happen, the state board's already approved it, and so the merge with, Lee and Van Buren is, going to take place. There will be a 7-county board and then possible more merging going into fiscal year 27. And will be called Southeast Iowa Early Childhood. So there's that one, and then Community Action of Southeast Iowa, I sit on that board and am the president, and there's some changes taking place with that. Our personnel committee met on May 6th, so more decisions will be made today. So. Any questions? Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so, we're down a few claims, goes up and down, but, we had several cleared out last week or so. 20 active claims, 183, people receiving benefits from the government for 352, almost $353,000. I'm tracking 4 deaths in the last month or so. That's something that we can't do anything with. The only way I can kind of counter that is getting new veterans in. That I've added that column there, that table there, that shows you actually a breakdown. Live compensation is disabled veterans, service connected live pension. Those veterans that are below the poverty level that have asked the VA for assistance. Survivor pension, same thing, but for survivors, widows, widowers. And then DIC, dependent indemnity compensation, are surviving spouses of, veterans where the veteran died from service-connected issues. Budget, I'm on track, currently projected 15% remaining. And then we've got some big expenditures coming up with travel and training. The care center report, those numbers are wrong. I apologize. 20 is the current total, with 9 at Junction and 11 in Wapello. Have another expense coming up here. Veteran just passed on Sunday. The family can't afford to take care of that veteran. They've elected to cremate, and working with Snyder Hollenbaugh for our contracted fee there. Travel, the spring school, was it last week or 2 weeks ago? Anyway, it went well. I'm happy to be back. There the first week in June, I'll be traveling to go to that next training. I asked myself, is this training worthwhile? Do I get anything out of it? I've already, like, 2 new things came up, and I'm already working with veterans to apply for those benefits as well. So I think it is beneficial. The van is up and running. However, I have to go pick it up, which is, as a one-man shop, it's kind of a challenge to shuttle a van back and forth. But we'll get it taken care of.
Get your bicycle.
All right,
Where's it at?
it's at Del Zos.
I'll give you a ride out there.
My wife is gonna help me this evening.
Okay.
Appreciate it though. Because then I have to get it not just to here, but to the court, to the compound, and then how do I get back from the compound? So
PT.
PT,
Yeah.
there you go. Do I look like I do PT?
BLT.
No coffee with vets for May or June, due to the training events. I do have one thing, I'd like to ask everybody in the room. Veteran that passed on Sunday had never been in this office. She served for 3 years active duty. She wasn't even enrolled in veteran health care. Did she know that she was eligible? I don't know. I never saw her, never talked to her. Neither did Adam or Andy. I need help getting the word to veterans that there are benefits here. It might not be money, but it might be medical assistance. And she had some prolonged health issues that being able to go to the VHA might have helped with. She passed at 68 years old. So, but I talk to veterans often. They're like, oh, I didn't even know we had an office. I didn't even know I was eligible. If we tell them, come see me, then I can answer that question for them. And there's some pretty big loopholes to jump through to get people eligible. If they were exposed to toxic material, fuels, exhaust, I mean, just any sorts of things like that might be potentially cancer causing. The VA is probably going to take them into the healthcare and help them with that. So
I think you're also, there's a certain amount of, I don't really need it. I'm leaving it for someone else that needs it worse than I do. I think we
Right.
get for
that is a mindset out there.
my father was like that.
Right. And so I relate that mindset to the military ammunition expenditure or budget expenditure. If you don't use all of it, someone else is going to get it next time in the government. So if the VA doesn't expend all of their benefits or all of their money next year or in 5 years, Congress is going to say, well, you didn't spend all that money. Let's drop your budget down.
Yeah.
And so we need to, I know that's not fiscally responsible, but the money is set aside to take care of these guys and gals. That's all I have. I'm meeting with the commission on Thursday. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 22. Review and possible action regarding the contract with cost advisory service for the indirect cost. Susan, can you-
So this is that report that we have to do for the state that we have to turn in, that we just got done approving, where Roger, was on, and he reviewed all the indirect expenses. We just contract with them to do it. The fees did not change or anything, everything stayed the same. So I just need approval to sign the 3-year agreement again.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion is second, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. All the retail tobacco,
Just sign it.
That's real more, is that,
Is that Grandview?
Yeah, that's that great.
Green View, yeah.
Seems like we just did that.
Well, there was one when they initially got it, but they're usually always renewed in June,
Oh,
so they're, it's that schedule.
I'll make a motion to approve this tobacco license for Petro and More.
Second.
motion second, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. I'll sign this somewhere.
No, that one's just. Yep.
Okay. Proclamation. So I will read this, I guess. The Mississippi River is a precious asset. It's a lifeline for millions of people, a haven for wildlife, source of inspiration, recreation, and connection. Spanning 2,350 miles and uniting 10 main stem states and 32 tributary states with its vast watershed. Rice beds in Minnesota, the oyster reefs in Louisiana, the river nourishes communities, supports livelihoods, bring people together. And today we honor its importance and commit to protecting its future. Whereas for thousands of years, the Mississippi River is deeply woven into the lives of indigenous people, sustaining communities and supporting cultural relevance. And whereas the river provides drinking water for over 20 million Americans, fuels local economies through economic growth, agriculture, tourism, and recreation. And whereas the river is the heart of migratory livelihood for 60% of North America's bird species and home to hundreds of fish, amphibian, reptiles, and mammal species, making it one of the world's most important ecological corridors. And whereas pollution, habitat destruction, and climate change threaten the health of the river and the communities depend on it, it requires collaboration across the states, agencies, individuals, communities, and organizations to restore and protect this natural treasure. And whereas One Mississippi and its network of 78 organizers and 20,000 river citizens invite all to take action through conservation efforts, advocacy, or enjoying the river and building community, especially during River Days of Action, June 1st through 15th, when people reunite to restore, celebrate, and advocate for healthier river. Now, therefore, it be resolved that I, Kevin Hardin, Vice County Supervisor Chairman, do proclaim June 2nd as Mississippi River Day, encouraging all to celebrate, protect, and restore this incredible river by participating in the events. Becoming a One Mississippi River citizen, taking action for a clearer, healthier future. In witness of whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of this wise county to affix this date.
The whole river only gets one day, and it's a Tuesday?
Gee, yeah, it's on primary day.
Yeah, it's on election day.
Supervisors meeting day too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to make Tuesday, June 2nd, Mississippi River Day.
Thank you.
I'll second that.
Okay, so all those in favor?
Who pushed this?
Kathy. Kathy Jolly Vance.
Is it every year on June 2nd?
I'm assuming that's the way it's gonna be.
No, it won't always be a Tuesday then.
Be Wednesday next year. Unless it's a leap year.
Then we didn't have a good hard road going to the river.
Easier to
Well, we're trying to get out of the paved roads, but he don't want to.
Hard road going
No, we
Mississippi?
don't.
No.
He showed me where it's at.
No,
Your water plant, the closest thing you got.
can you put it in there? The river?
Yeah. Killed that Monday. Yeah.
Yeah. When they closed not so while back because of water,
Oh,
I think it was.
It's over. Or free fall.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Following that, we have discussion of possible action regarding courthouse sidewalk curb. Brought to my attention that over, like between the memorial on the east side of the courthouse and where the sidewalk ramp is, that curb is deteriorating several places along there. Could be a trip hazard. That memorial's kind of frequently visited.
Didn't we just do that?
The sidewalk, but not the,
They did sidewalk, they didn't do the curb. I think in the future, we're gonna have to maybe entertain the thought of doing to that parking area what we did to the one on the west side. Sloping that up and getting rid of that curb. So it's just sidewalk and.
The only problem with that is I noticed that people over park the sidewalks
Yeah.
and they had that problem at the school and they knew that was gonna be a problem. Now they put bollards up and really, what's the point?
Yeah.
I get it. It's easy to plow.
It makes plowing really nice.
I know. But then you get complaints of, I can't walk down the sidewalk because somebody's parked on it. Yeah. So what's your recommendation?
Well, I think for now, we could probably just patch that. I don't know if there's any way to do that in-house. Get bags of crete and travel on, I don't know.
How big is it?
Depends on who you're gonna have trowel.
Oh,
The
Probably
curb
once.
that's
it's
missing?
just the curb,
The
Curb to the
slope.
street.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just the top of the curb is crumbling off. in a
I'll
couple
get you another award if you'll fix it.
See if the city will do it. Put it on city property.
I can see the help. I don't wanna take full responsibility for that concrete guy, but
Plaques are pretty cheap. I just keep firing them out there.
I'll open a wheelbarrow is easy. But yeah, I seriously, I'll help him.
I'll just do a little more investigation and see. if-
Well, I'll drive by and look at it, cause I guess I'm not real up on where you're at and.
There's one piece that's about, I don't know, 2.5, 3 foot area, and the other one's a smaller, but more just hanging.
No, we don't want somebody tripping and getting hurt,
Right.
and that's a liability too. I get it. Why don't you
I
put
mean,
it under old business and we'll talk about it at the next meeting.
Okay.
Just kind of look at it and brainstorm a little bit.
Yeah,
But you're
I
right.
mean, I'm not past going and getting some
Yeah.
back street and patching
Yeah,
it out, but
yeah, okay. All right, good plan.
okay. Any other information from other counties?
I was also gonna give this, right, it's, C-Bus is offering rides, within the county or to another county, and so I have these flyers, so if you wanna spread the word, just to let people know for the Louisa County, and then the, summer meal program is also happening in Wapello, so any kiddos 18 and under, then they can sign up for that.
Is that through the school or is that something separate?
Through the school,
Okay,
but it's any kid 18
Yeah,
and under,
yeah.
so not necessarily Wapello kid.
understand.
Yes.
Thank you.
They let underage kids ride on that bus.
Just wanted to add that
What she said.
C-Bus?
on May 30th, we're gonna be open for voting in our office. It's a Saturday. We'll be open from 7 AM to 3 PM. So, and we have, voting available in our office right now. So,
Nobody mentioned the governor signing the property tax bill yesterday either.
I make a motion for adjournment.
Awesome.
All those in favor?
You're not allowed to make them any longer, Susan. One page is all.